So, welcome back to the Isle of Kanda in the city of Boba, where our party last session, you guys explored the ruins of what appeared to be a dwarven library. You found a bunch of books that were intact, a bunch of books that were not intact. You recovered several that you thought were interesting to your party. And after leaving the library ruins, you made your way back to the city of Boba, where you brought the alkalite that you'd rescued, Doran Stonefist, back to the city hall, where you met with some of the city leaders. After quite a discussion, you were... based off of what you guys were able to do, Dorian Gray, the leader of the Sunfire Heralds, gave you guys an offer to become members of the Heralds, basically being able to earn money on a regular basis for doing jobs that you don't have to take for them. You're not totally tied to them. You had a little bit of back and forth discussion about the contract and things that you needed. And that is where we will bring us into the session. So you guys went back to your place. You went back to sleep at the end of the night. At the end of the night, you guys did take a long rest at the end of the session. I just want to make sure I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. I'm going to go ahead and save the chat log, and I'm going to clear chat history, and I am going to restart the hero points for us. Start my timer and bring us to when you guys get up in the morning, are you going to go directly back to the city hall? Or are you going to do anything after breakfast before you get there?
Hex is very likely to head out at first light to be there, considering the nature of what's going on.
Okay. So, let's take us back to the city hall. First light being when the door first opens at 7:30 in the morning. Unlike last night, Alara, the cleric elf, and the orc watch member are not here. It seems that Dorian's going to continue the negotiations without them present to begin with. And actually, the only one that really matters would be the governor, Alara. So what I'm doing right now is I am giving you the initial contract that they wrote up. I'll tell you when it's in everybody's inventory in just a second. And then...
I guess I dragged everyone out of bed. My bad.
Yeah, my dude gets up early, so usually he's just wandering around areas. So he probably would have been there on time.
So everybody has in their inventory a treasure called the Sunfire Herald contract for the purposes of the stream. Because I can't show... Maybe I can do it this way. Will it let me show it from a character? So for the purposes of the stream, I am going to... It's not going to let me open it. There it is. I'm going to read the contract the way it's currently written, and then we'll continue having negotiations. It says, agreement between Campaign Group 5 and the Sunfired Heralds. Dorian first goes, that Campaign Group 5 is just a placeholder right now. It's dated for today, the 2nd of Dawn March. Parties involved: the Sunfired Heralds, represented by Dorian Gray, the High Herald of the Order, in Campaign Group 5. Terms: retainer and compensation. Each member of the campaign shall receive 3 gold per day for living expenses. For each successfully completed mission, the party shall receive a minimum payment of 200 gold. An initial payment of 400 gold is granted for the completion of 2 mysteries related to the ruins of the Dwarven Library and the rescue of Doran Stonefist. Duties and expectations. Campaign Group 5 will undertake investigations, recover lost knowledge, and resolve critical issues as assigned by the Sunfire Heralds. All missions will be assigned at the discretion of the Sunfire Heralds, but the party may also propose investigations relevant to the kingdom's interests. Reports of findings shall be submitted either to Dorian Gray or an appointed representative of the Heralds. Additional benefits: access to the Warden's Library, including divine and arcane tomes under the conditions set by the arcane wardens. Access to information regarding pre-rising demonic incursions and any current planar disturbances. A formal letter of introduction to Archmage Selvek Thorn, granting an audience with the leader of the arcane wardens. Conduct and independence. While on retainer, Campaign Group 5 is not bound exclusively to the Sunfire Heralds and may pursue independent work provided it does not conflict with the interests of the kingdom or the heralds. Sunfire Heralds reserve the right to terminate this agreement should the campaign group act against the kingdom of Kanda or the interest of the heralds. And it will be signed by Dorian, the governor, and you guys, if it's agreed upon. Dorian goes, I think I got everything that you wanted last night. Does anything that you think needs to be changed in it?
Hex will take the agreement that he's been handed and he'll read through it, and he'll draw out a small ink bottle and a quill and begin to hash mark various places on the contract before he flips it over and begins to hastily write what needs to be changed. The quiet sound of his quill scratching on the rather nice parchment is just a constant background as he mutters softly to himself in a language that I doubt anyone actually speaks. But he seems very focused on what he's doing, and after about 5 minutes, he will turn it back around and slide it back to Dorian Gray. He'll read his own revisions from memory so that the rest of the party is involved, even though they gave him power here to negotiate the contract. And he said, terms and revisions for what you've suggested would include that the party here, referring to everyone currently seated at this table, reserves the right in perpetuity to petition a renegotiation of terms between the party and the Sunfire Heralds following any of the following: significant disagreement regarding the conduct of its members or disputes regarding completion of assigned tasks or dispensation of agreed-upon rewards for services rendered, the death of any of the party's members, or the justifiable mismanagement of the party through either malicious intent or negligence on the part of the Sunfire Herald's leadership, to be made clear and apparent to one Dorian Gray for arbitration. The party also holds initial claim to and dispensation of all recovered non-specified, non-relevant materials regarding the investigation being undertaken, with reservation being granted to the Sunfire Heralds regarding any pre-rising material, but under the condition that such materials be available for study or recreation by the party. The interest of the party in the kingdom shall be made as judgment in the moment, and the party will be trusted to make that judgment in good faith, not to be second-guessed at a later date. Furthermore, compulsory membership of any member of the party shall be considered grounds for immediate renegotiation of these in good faith by both parties. All travel expenses shall be notated and held until such a time as they can be given to a representative of the Heralds or other affiliated groups requiring service for compensation at a rate of 1-to-1 in the case of all official business, and a ratio of 1-to-2 in the case of all unofficial travel still seen as pursuant to the assigned task.
As Dorian looks over the items that you had scratched on the back of it, I can understand your changes here. How about one more? The expenses here. How about we change it like this? All travel expenses directly associated shall be notated and held until such time at a rate of 100% in case of all contracted business, 75% in the case of other business uncontracted directly impacting the heralds, and 50% for unofficial travel that may be seen as in pursuit of the assigned task. It gives you a little bit more if you actually find more compensation. If you find something that affects the heralds, will pay a little bit more towards your travel costs there.
Of course, and it goes without saying, and it can be annotated there at the bottom of our agreement, that this does not include the price for the purchase of mounts, war beasts of any kind, or their upkeep. Those are personal items for our use, nor will they under any circumstances be tethered to, under the control of, or otherwise surrendered to the authority of the Sunfire Heralds, of course.
Okay, it does not include the purchase. Or mounts, including horses, war beasts, ships, etc. Added. So, I'm going to open up your character sheets once more, and I am going to drop the final contract and then the letter of introduction that he wrote. So, final contract. Safi. Safi's not here. Richter. Hex. Forest.
Can I take Hex to the side for one moment to just bring in one other thing?
Hex just raises an eyebrow as he's approached, and he goes, "What is it?"
Just to make sure the Dorian can't hear what I'm going to say, right?
You can make it so he doesn't.
Okay. So I would just like one thing included in the contract, if possible. A sort of a clause where, in the event our group and this organization were to somehow come into any kind of conflict, we have the right to break the contract without basically give us those rights to terminate the contract if they do anything we're against.
It's already in there.
I don't see that. I only see they have the right to terminate it.
No. It's in the first position to reserve the right to renegotiate, which can, involve withdrawing from the agreement. During a renegotiation, should there be significant disagreement between us and the party that we work for, in this case the Sunfire Heralds, we would renegotiate our involvement. Also, compulsory membership is considered grounds for immediate renegotiation. If you believe you are being forced to a task that you do not agree with and want to take no part of, you can, of course, abscond and not take part, after which we will renegotiate this contract and either exclude you or withdraw as an entire group. We are, at the moment, considered an entity. However, we are all individuals capable of free will and included in the contract thusly.
Okay. Also, are you out of character? Are you a fucking lawyer or something?
No.
God damn, you're good at this. Okay. I'm good.
So I did make a little boo-boo on the letter of introduction. It's actually showing up in your equipment.
Yeah, get boo-booed.
But it's okay. Doesn't matter. The letter of introduction is to Archmage Selvik Thorn, leader of the Arcane Wardens. He is actually normally physically located in the city of Kanda. That's where the Arcane Warden's big library is. The Sunfire Heralds do have some books here in Boba that you guys wanted to look at today. Location, Sunfire Tower in Kanda City. Archmage Thorn, I write to you on behalf of the Sunfire Heralds to formally introduce Campaign Group 5, a party of highly capable adventurers who have recently uncovered and recovered lost pre-rising knowledge from an ancient dwarven library. Their work in preservation of historical texts and the rescue of a captured cleric has already demonstrated their value to the Kingdom of Kanda. Per our discussions, this group seeks access to the Warden's library, particularly in the fields of divine and arcane studies, as well as demonic incursions, both historical and ongoing. They believe their research and skills may prove useful in furthering the Warden's understanding of planar disruptions. I kindly request that you grant them an audience at your earliest convenience and consider their inquiries with seriousness they deserve. I trust that their efforts align with the goals of the Arcane Wardens and that you will find them to be resourceful allies in these uncertain times. Should you require further details, you may contact me directly at Sunfire Tower. In the light of knowledge, Dorian Gray, High Herald of the Sunfired Heralds.
Hex will look over at Fallon and go, "Is the introduction suitable for you?"
That's fine, Hex.
Will you be joining as part of the entity of the party, or will you be continuing to act as a free agent?
I'll be continuing to act as a free agent, but I'll be interested in joining the Arcane Wardens.
Excellent. Then simply do not sign this agreement, and we will continue to travel as we always have.
Certainly.
Hex will stick his thumb with the quill and let it drip into the ink for a moment before he signs his name at the bottom of the agreement, and then steps back and gestures to the rest of the party. To all of those who would be recognized in this agreement as the entity known as the party, please sign and make yourself known to a binding agreement here with Dorian Gray and the Sunfire Heralds. This will conclude our negotiations, and we can continue with either the first assignment of our task under Dorian Gray, or pursue our own goals should there not be one available.
At this time, Safi tweaks her nose and just turns around and walks out of the room.
Emberly will go up and assign it as she's available.
Boris is gonna read over the contract a little bit and kind of look up and ask, "How am I meant to sign this when I barely know anybody in this group? We barely had any introductions, and now you guys want me to sign my life to this thing? Can we at least know who each other are before we sign this?"
Hex will cross his arms and raise an eyebrow, and he goes, "Will you stand beside me on a ground of mud and blood, soaked in the cries and wailing death of our enemies as we stand astride our sundered foes? Or won't you?"
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I do think I owe you a little bit for saving my ass with the undead. So yeah, I would.
He'll just hold out his hand to shake Forrest.
Forrest will give him a right firm handshake back.
"I have our best interest at heart, friend. Make no mistake. If you do not want to sign, we're certainly not going to hold it against you, but it will get you paid. And should you wish to cut ties with the organization, we can renegotiate the contract when that happens. Until then, enjoy the payday and steady work."
You make a compelling argument, I guess. Forrest will grab the contract and quick sign.
Okay. So did Emberly sign?
I did. You need me to
Victor?
put that in the chat?
Okay. Richter reading, Richter signed. Okay.
Always read before you sign.
So you had mentioned your interest in what we had for pre-rising incursions. We do have some books available at the Sunfire Tower, or possibly discuss some things that we going on in town that you may be interested in or in the area? It's up to you. Which would you rather do first?
Hex looks around at the party and he gestures to the contract and he says, "You agreed to let me arbitrate the writing and signing of this contract, but not the leadership of the party as a whole. So, I believe we are still operating," and he shudders as he thinks about what he has to say, "democratically. What is it you wish to pursue, Amberly, Richter?"
I have no preferences, but both options seem appealing.
Amberly doesn't have I guess, really a strong feeling for either of them, but she does say, we do need to come up with a different name than just Group 5. That seems so generic.
When you say that, Dorian chuckles and nods. Well, it's the best I could come up with at the rush overnight. The final contracts, when the clerks get done with the changes and get the governor in here, we could make that change hopefully before that happens.
What happened to groups 1 through 4?
Out of character, they're on different islands.
I know, we're making a joke as if there's like some other groups 1 through 4 on this island or something.
Hex looks over and goes, "If at first you don't succeed, fail 3 more times, and then find someone competent amidst the crowd."
Just saying statistically.
What shall we call ourselves then? Any ideas? Felon? Forest? Anyone?
I think we need a bit more time with each other before we want to come up with something solid.
Then we will use Campaign 5 as a placeholder for now. Campaign Group 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's fine until we get some...
You see Dorian nod to one of the guards in the back, and the guard leaves. And about 5 minutes later, the governor comes in with the scribes. The scribes quickly make work to the changes that you've requested. Where you guys have signed, Dorian affixes his signature as well as the governor on all copies. So all copies have everybody's signature on it. For those that signed. I do know that the governor goes, Alara, let me bring her picture up since I have it easily for you. Thank you for at least listening. There are things that Boba has interest in as well. There are weird things going on in and around town, in and around the region. I'm sure from what you described with the skeletons, you're quite aware of it. If you're interested, just let anybody here at the City Hall know, and we'll let you know what kind of investigations we'd be willing to pay you for. And,
you said you're having strange occurrences around Boba. Does that mean you have monster problems, disappearances? You're being very vague.
Well, like yesterday I was informed by the archivist at the Hall of Records that they've seen some strange occurrences like lanterns flickering without cause, hearing voices in hallways. The head archivist is reporting dreams of shadows crawling through the shelves. And they brought it to my attention yesterday because one of the scribes vanished while working in the restricted vaults.
A restricted vault. A treasure trove of otherwise inaccessible knowledge. And he slowly turns his head to look at Felon.
What?
So I have shown you. You should see the quest description on the screen. So that's one that's available to you from the governor.
How do I view quests?
If you go to journal at the very bottom, there's something that says quest log.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I went back to Forian's quest log instead of simple quest. It's a lot easier for me. So you have, from your view, you should be able to see available quests. That is one that is available for you. And if you guys want to start it, you can click the play button and it'll turn it into in progress.
The quest log isn't working for me. Sorry.
Okay, so
I'm refreshing the page just in case.
Let me go to settings really quick. See if I misset something.
Can you pop that back up on my screen?
Yes, I will. Let me hit close here. Available secrets show. I will. Players can accept quests. Players can create quests. Hide quest log from players. That's not checked. Size tracker. Okay, now I want to go to general permissions and make sure you guys have journal entry permission, which you do. We click save and save. I don't know if it's gonna...
And the tab sort of just died for me.
It maybe because I just saved some stuff. The tab in the quest log.
No, I mean like the actual tab said it crashed and like closed itself. Isn't tight.
So let me try to open it back up. I am going to, on my streamer account, we are going to log out. We're going to log in as Safi just so I can see what's going on your end. Because the permissions I've given show that they should work. Looks like people are you guys moving the quest back and forth?
Yeah, I have access to move it into in progress. But I'm assuming that.
I can't re-access the game. Like it stays in like an infinite load. Right, there we go. I fixed it. My ISP decided to just literally be like, "Hey, there might be an intermediate issue today." So yeah,
I just looks like what I just fixed. I deselected and reselected stuff and then clicked save. It looks like you guys do have access to the quest log now. At least I'm seeing it on Safi's login. And I just revealed one of the first objective for that quest would be investigate the disturbances in the Hall of Records. Your rewards are a minimum of 400 gold pieces and reputation with the city of Boba. For that quest. And I'm going to go ahead and log back in as my streamer account. Well, if you're interested in those disturbances, Dorian goes, well, people are also getting sick in Boba. It seems odd that it's just weird illnesses. I'll go ahead and show you the information that he has for that. Once my account gets logged in, I may have to show it again. Probably going to have to show it again. We're very worried about it as anything that affects the whole city affects the heralds as a whole. Okay, it's saying people don't have.
Log is working for me.
Try that. Let's click show. Okay, we're going to go to here. I marked it as in progress, but let's see if I can show it from here. A mysterious illness has begun spreading in the district of Boba, affecting both commoners and merchants alike. Symptoms include darkened veins that pulse with a faint light, unnatural fatigue and vivid nightmares. Traditional healing magic and medicine has not been able to cure it. Sunfire Heralds have requested that you guys investigate before this becomes an epidemic.
Sounds to me like both jobs need to be done, and we can accept both tasks. The real question becomes, he says as he looks around at the party, which one you would all prioritize.
And then Dorian also goes, as well as the Sunfire Tower books are available for your perusal if desired.
I am certain we'll make avid use of everything there.
Between the two, Emily would definitely have a preference towards the Healer's Oath with her background.
I'm agreeing there mainly because I'd rather not see a disease spread through the entire city.
Felon?
As long as it pays us.
Forrest?
You know, as long as I'm gonna hit somebody with a maul, I really don't care.
I see. So, we'll address the epidemic first, and then move on to the archives.
Dorian goes, well, Emberly, you would know the person that he's talking about. I recommend that you go speak to Dr. Dane. He's the head physician. He could probably provide you some background information.
Do I even?
Would Hex recognize any of the symptoms of the epidemic from prior experience?
I would like you to do the basic action macro recall knowledge check.
It was a nat 20, because I demand that's what it be. Obey me, dice.
H-E... I gotta figure out how to spell the name. K-S-E-K-O-N-G-E. I'll give you 2 pieces of information. Based on your role, based off of the description, that's what comes to your mind.
Hex will scratch his beard for a moment and just become pensive before he looks over at Felon and he goes, I actually think this will be more in your wheelhouse and mine than any healers.
How so?
It's a disease that can't be cured, right?
So you're gonna need a cleric.
No. If it's a disease that can't be cured, that means it's not a disease.
I think you're looking for a witch.
If we find one, we'll make for a short solution. Regardless, Dorian Gray, Governor, we'll get started. Shall we just report back here with news of success?
Yes, please.
Hex will dip a polite nod and then just turn with a clank and off he goes.
I need
Forrest
to...
will follow, laughing. Man, you a cocky bastard. Already thinking we're gonna succeed before we even seen anything.
Failure is a state of mind, Forrest. If you refuse to accept that you can fail, you never do.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Okay, Emberly, you would know that the Dr. Ulrich Dane is located in the Ivory Ward. Let me add a... Where is it? I'll re-import the picture again. I swear I imported the picture earlier today.
And how do you spell his name so I could put it on my notes?
I will get that to you in just a second. I want to re-import the picture so I can show it to you. And of course, as soon as I go to re-import it, guess what I found? I found the picture. I'll just put it in this document and share it with you. There's a rough drawing of the city of Boba. The Ivory district that they're talking about is near the Healing Institute. It won't ping on the map. So you can see where the bridge is going towards the circle thing on the left. The Ivory district is just to the right of that bridge, kind of near where the Healing Institute is. That's where the doctor has his headquarters when he's not actually at the Healing Institute. The doctor's name is, let me cut and paste it for you, Ulrich Dane. Control C, Control V. And Emberly, you would know him from your training.
So if are we heading off into that direction now to the?
That's up to you. It sounds like that's the direction that you wanted to take care of first.
Then, assuming as we get there, she'll try to seek him out and want to start questioning him once we get there.
Okay. I'm going to put this up here.
Hex just keeps an easy pace through the streets as he goes, and he looks over at Emberly and he goes, You're more versed in actual healing than I am. I've not done that in a very long time. Any of the symptoms match anything you've heard of?
Does she have a opportunity to check to see if she's heard of this at any other location or come across any similar
Go
symptoms?
ahead and roll a medicine check for me.
All right. You want that blind or just?
Nope, you can roll it straight. I don't mind right now. It doesn't sound like anything you've ever come across before.
So she'll share that with Hack that, yeah, none of these symptoms seem any other kind of things that she's encountered in the past.
He'll chuckle and look at his hands and he goes, we need to invest in more soap then. Try not to get breathed on. I swear, this is the reason I stay away from healing houses. It's the only place you could die if somebody sneezes incorrectly. No, it's fine. Shit your pants in the bed all over the sheets. I didn't need my nostrils anyway, and thanks for sharing your version of the plague this week. Just die in peace in a ditch, would you, so we can burn your body and move on.
Once she gets to the location and she seeks him out, she'll want to have some conversations to really get a feel for, okay, they've obviously tried divine healing, they've tried more of the physical kind of healing and so forth. I really want to find out, did anything make any kind of difference at all, or nothing seems to heal them, and then she'll want that.
Well, once we get to there, I will actually have the dialogue with you. Okay, here you go. Why isn't it showing? Sugar pie. It is not. I put the image in a journal, but it's not letting me show you the image, which sucks. So I will do something quickly about it. Paste. So Ulrich is an old middle-aged human. He's got gray hair. Emberly, when you see him, his skin is very wrinkled compared to what we've seen him within the last couple months. I'm trying to get an image that I can actually upload to make this work for you. There we go. Click that. Click that. Tokens 2020 file. Downloads. There we go. Click. Now I know better. Click show players. I may have to pick some other tokens. When you first come in, he's rubbing his temples. He's looking over stacks of notes in his and you walk in. What do you say to him, Emberly?
I guess the first thing she'll say, sort of looking at his face and seeing how haggard he is like, what has happened to you that you seem so drained?
This illness, it's we've tried everything: herbs, divine healing, arcane cleansing. Nothing's working. The sick only worsens, and now even our healers are falling ill.
She'll look concerned with him and is like, "Are you afflicted?"
He rolls up his sleeves, and as he does it, you see his hands trembling. It starts with fatigue, then the veins darken, pulsing as if blood itself is shifting. Those affected say their dreams are invaded by visions. A golden tree, its roots blackened, whispering to them in an unknown tongue.
And have you experienced any of this at all?
None of some of the trembling, but none of the blood stuff. I've been up for the last 60 hours straight, trying everything. We've got the wounded in the infirmary. Sister Lenora's looking after them. That's
She'll ask him, have you been able to identify who patient 0 is, where this originated from?
No, it's just it started about 3 days ago and then just started expanding. It's affecting both the merchants and the commoners and the alike. Just don't know what's causing it. It seems to be spreading out from right here at the Ivory Ward as its starting point. We have not identified who the first patient was. We got 5 the first morning, and then it's kind of exponentially increased since then.
Do you know how it is transmissioned?
No, we've had people that have got it that had no exposure to anybody at all over the previous week. Mentioned some of the older people that were basically housebound for the week prior to them being come up before they came up sick, and just seems like they have nothing in common except for the dreams.
She'll turn to the others and say, maybe we should go each talk to some different patients and figure out what these dreams are and see if there's anything that we can draw commonalities in addition to the dream, if there's other similarities that may have led up to this.
Sure. There's one other question I'd like to ask, though. Doctor, do you have any transcripts of the unwritten or unknown language? The phonetic sounds? What people heard written down anywhere?
Sister Lenora may have them.
Then I shall start there. If anything, maybe me and Felon can dig up something in that regard. It's a talent of hers. Emberly, you know more about diseases than I ever will, by all means, as you see fit.
Very well, that sounds like a great... You pursue that avenue, and then she will look to the doctor and go, okay, maybe let's start with your first patient, and let me have a little chat with them, and start gathering similar ideas about what they experienced, and we'll just work our way through the other patients.
I think I'm going to step out and talk, maybe go around and talk to some people, maybe find out maybe where this started.
Okay, so you're going to go in the clinic itself or outside in the general neighborhood?
General, neighborhood.
Okay, so let me do something really quick. I made that guy a person. I wasn't supposed to, so we're going to delete him. I want to make him an NPC. NPC, create, click, choose. So who went to talk to Lenora? Who was that?
That's the nurse, right?
Yes.
Hex and Felon for certain. Assuming Felon wants to come, nobody asked her.
Okay.
Hex will just look over his shoulder and go, languages?
Right, I'm coming.
Appreciate it. Now, where is Sister Lenora? Who do I have to shake to get that information?
Doc points you just past canvas flap doors. She's in the clinic right back there. Sister Lenora is a cleric of Lunara. You see her as you open up the canvas hangings that are acting like the door. You see her kneeling beside a woman that has sweat across her head. You see Lenara's fingers are glowing slightly with divine energy as you approach.
Hex keeps a respectable 10-foot distance and, abruptly shoves Felon forward.
She sees the two of you come in. Go ahead, Felon.
Hi.
Lunara's light soothes, but it does not mend. The sickness, it's rejecting healing. It's as if something deep within these people wants them to suffer. And you can see she's frustrated as the divine energy disappears from her fingers.
We need to know what they're saying in their sleep, Felon.
Are they speaking?
Apparently in a language no one else speaks. Sound familiar? And he gestures between him and Felon repeatedly.
Right, I'm gonna see if I can listen.
It's not that the people
They're hearing
are
whispers.
saying things in their sleep. It's the words they're hearing in their sleep they cannot understand.
Yeah, so we need the writing. We were told Sister Lenora had transcripts of whatever they'd heard.
It's seems demonic in nature. I can't translate it. It's coming through with what they're saying. The most I can get is it sounds like words of ancient rites, healing rituals that were once practiced in secret before the rising. The last recorded attempts ended in ruin.
It doesn't matter. It's unlikely that myself or Felon don't speak whatever it is they're hearing. And if we don't, we'll act like we do anyway and lie.
The golden tree, the black roots, corruption. From what I understand from history is that this symbol was meant to weaken divine magic and amplify abyssal energy.
Abyssal energy. Hex, this might be your thing.
I figured, but didn't want to assume. Where are the writings?
The writings would be in the temple.
Of what these afflicted souls are hearing in their sleep. The whispers.
They never told you there were any writings.
He asked for transcripts, but if there aren't any...
Yeah, you keep on assuming there's transcripts. There aren't.
I just figured someone would take notes of weird things they heard.
The thing is, they don't know how to write them down.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hex will just look around for a sick person then, if there's one nearby that's awake.
Yes, you see an older teen boy, human, sweat dripping off of his forehead. You could see the veins along his arms are pulsing, and there's almost seems like there's dark light emanating from them.
Sure. Hex will walk over and take a knee next to him, and he'll just take off his gauntlet, and he'll go grab his hand and feel along the vein for a bit. He's forward about it rather than polite, and he looks at the boy and he goes, "Are you hearing whispers?"
He looks at you. Uh-huh.
Why don't you repeat them to me now? Just try.
H-E-K. Where is my Discord so I can type? Here we go. H-E-K-S-E-K. I just... O-N-G-E. Actually, I'm not gonna whisper it to you. I'm just gonna do it out loud in the language.
You didn't switch the language?
Oh, I didn't switch the language. All right, now I have. Nice. I switched the language, but I did not click the little checkbox. There we go.
Does Hex understand what he's hearing?
Hex does not.
He will turn and look over at Felon, and he'll just, like, say it plainly across the room at her.
I have no idea. I can't read that.
I have no idea what languages you have.
You cannot understand it, but you know what language it is. It's Abyssal. Your character would know that that's Abyssal.
Felon or Hex?
Hex.
Or both? Hexel, he'll actually get excited. He smiles openly. He shows a lot of teeth. And he looks over at Felon and he goes, "We have demons."
No kidding.
If we can find out where they are, we can flush the rats out of their hole and actually enjoy a day for once. Besides, you could use the training.
Right. I got a sword right here. Let me use it.
With extreme enthusiasm. He turns to look at the sick boy. Does this seem like anything that would come from Hex's harmful font? Is this void energy of any kind?
If your font was stretched out over a long period of time instead of instantaneous.
I see.
Kind of understand what I'm saying there?
Yeah, I understand.
It's taking days for what you normally do in an instant.
Yeah, it's void energy though is the issue.
Yes.
Okay. Hex will stand up and dust himself off and look over at the sister, and he'll go, "Tell me, sister, how would you go about negating or counteracting darker energy, specifically from the void? What would be your method?"
We've tried holy energy, but it just slows it down. It does not cure it. It's like it's being constantly fed.
I see.
It's a curse.
While you think for a minute, I'm going to go outside. Emberly, you went outside to go talk to somebody, correct?
No, that was I think Richter was doing that.
That was me.
Talking to patients.
Okay, Richter.
I was trying to maybe go around and just gather some information, and because not everyone wants to talk to a doctor slash important people. They're extremely paranoid.
So you, as you're going around, you find an alchemy shop. You see this guy bent over his flasks. He's stirring what looks like he's stirring some sort of purple concoction that's bubbling as you come in. Yeah, can I get you anything?
Just looking around at the moment. Shops looked interesting.
You sick?
Luckily not at the moment. Is there something going on?
Well, if you're not here to lecture me on ethics, you want to try a little unapproved medicine?
Not today. Unfortunately, I have to meet some people in a bit that otherwise I would. But it sounds fun.
Oh,
what's up with what?
We've got the divine elixir here.
Divine elixir.
Oh yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Oh, it's just he holds up the tossing a vial up in the air, catches it. It's not mine. I didn't make it. I wouldn't touch it, but I know some fool merchants who bought it in bulk, thinking they'd found a holy miracle.
I'm going to need a bit more information. You're talking in circles right now.
Oh, well,
is this just snake oil, or does it actually do something?
Well, now that's an interesting question. It was provided to me secondhand, supposedly from a brother Gale, a priest.
Brother Gale giving out brother sounds like something they might do to try helping with diseases or whatnot, but you're not answering the question. What does this stuff do?
It's supposed to be a gift from the gods to help these cursed people. Luckily, I haven't been cursed, but
you seem like an expert in what you do. What's it actually made out of?
That I don't know. I've tried to discombobulate it, but when I try to do the separations, it doesn't do things. It doesn't. I'm not able to determine what exactly is in it.
That's somewhat worrisome, since I'm willing to bet, based on as I just gesture around, you're good at what you do.
Yes, of course I'm good at what I do. That's how I make
That's
my living.
concerning. Can I just examine it and tell if it's made out, if it's something natural or unnatural? This is just at least from how it looks.
Just do a straight perception check on it really quick.
Sure. Basic action macro. Perception. Where is? Okay, that's not the right place. Skills open up. I need perception. Alrighty, let's roll. I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
So I use reroll using hero point. Yeah, I got nothing.
It does have a glow to it. It just doesn't look like anything you've seen before.
Okay. Can I take? You said you got a bunch of them recently. Can I take one off your hands? I have a friend who seems to have issues with healing. Might help him.
For this divine elixir? Yeah, of course. That'll be 50 gold.
I just give him a look, being like, "I'm sorry, if you don't even know what this stuff is made out of, and you're hearing that it's from a supposed brother Gale.
Well,
You have to understand, and you're basically asking me to trust someone I've never heard of or met, with a potion that you have to understand looks very suspicious."
Well, Melvin charged me some for them.
Who the heck is Melvin?
Melvin Orthus. He's another merchant. He's about 4 blocks down.
I'm gonna have to talk to that Melvin, because I'm worried he probably ripped you off. A regular healing potion's cheaper than that. And I'm talking about the good quality stuff, like what you sell.
A medium. So the minor healing potions are 30 gold. So something that's going to cure a curse at 50 probably wouldn't be too far out of normal.
Oh, okay. I'm basically just trying to right now I'm just hearing what he's saying, though.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
When in doubt, lie and roll diplomacy. A lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to lie and basically go something along the lines of, how do you know this is actually... There's a good chance this might just be what's causing the... Actually, I'm not sure if it's a lie or diplomacy, but there's a chance this could be doing the opposite. If you can't even find out what's in it, for all you know, this might make things worse for people. Could be actually the source of all this, or at least connected. And I don't think you really want to hold on to something that could be considered the source of this, or could be contributing. I do know some people who might be able to investigate a bit further through non-alchemical methods.
So go ahead and make your roll.
Would this be diplomacy or deception? Because I'm not sure.
I will let you choose whichever one you want.
It's the same number.
Okay. And depending upon which one you choose, that's how I'll respond.
Okay, I'll try to go this way then. Let me just see. Basic. Will I do this through basic actions or the skills thing?
You can do it through the basic action.
Okay, where's diplomacy hiding?
Should be in alphabetical order.
You can choose to lie under the basic action if you want, or...
I feel like I'm not seeing diplomacy, and I feel like I'm blind.
Let me pull up a character really quick. Let me see. I'm gonna go here. I got you.
Right side, third from the top.
Yeah, they're in alphabetical order.
Right. Request.
No, I was talking about your actual character sheet under skills. Looks like a hand. Proficiency.
Yeah. I was trying to do it through like the basic action macros thing since I thought it's what the DM preferred.
End result is always the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go with that away then. Rolling diplomacy.
It's not a bad roll at all.
I'm not going to complain.
I will, though I have no reason to.
Exactly.
Well, if you aren't the virtuous slut, here. Just don't lecture me on ethics again. And he kind of shoos you out the door with the vial of it.
Thank you. So, is it right now? It's a sense of contributing. Maybe I'll just spread some word saying this is the best shop in town.
So Richter got a bubbling.
I'm heading straight back to the party with the information I've gathered.
Okay.
Having a feeling that regardless of what happens, I'd rather have people who are competent with me. And also to possibly tell them about this weird potion.
Okay. You go back in, party. What are anybody that was still staying with the inside with the cleric? Guys, anything you want to say?
Emberly is just in her questioning of the different patients. She's trying to find out if any of them experienced anything prior to the initial symptoms, to find out if there was like an event or something that took place, or just all of a sudden they started having the dreams and getting the symptoms. Like, did they all get it at the same time, or did it all happen over a period of the last several weeks?
The gist you get from talking to them is the symptoms pretty much, it started something, they heard the whisper, and within a couple hours the symptoms started showing up. So the whispers came first.
And did they all hear the whispers around the same time, or does it like somebody heard it this week and somebody heard it the following week?
It's all happened within like the last 3 days.
Okay.
But you've got people that heard it day one. You've got other people that heard it day two, and some people that heard it last night that are in here.
So it's didn't happen all at the same time.
No, it did not happen all at the same time. It seems to be progressively getting worse.
And then as far as the patients themselves, sort of doing like a profile of them, was there anything unusual about the patients, their economic status, male, female, race?
It's hit
any of that?
It's hit pretty much every ancestry, every age, every gender. You've got a pretty much distribution. Wealthy, poor. You've got commoners, you've got nobles, you've got only ones you don't see in here are clerics to either Aron or Lunara. You don't see any clerics at all that are sick.
No clerics. Okay,
No,
but
zero
every other
clerics are sick.
So to explore it a little bit further, I will look to see, are any of these people have any kind of divine aptitude or skill? I know clerics would normally have that, but I'm looking for like there could be other types of classes that have divine, affiliation, and are any of these patients of that, or is it avoiding anybody that's got a divine affiliation?
That's what it appears to you, is that there is nobody here that does have a divine connection.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will get back with the group, and we'll sort of like compare our notes of what we've gathered and what we know so far.
Okay.
Hex will look over at Fallon, and while they look around at the various sick people, he'll just shrug and go, "Anything you can think of that comes to mind. This feels more like a dwemer than a disease."
I've got nothing, Hex. Maybe it's some kind of curse or affliction, but nothing I can do.
I mean, there's something we could do.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah. Come on, let's go find the others. Maybe they figured something out. Either way, I'm excited.
Sorry, my throat is bothering me. Let me get some tea in really quick.
Take your time.
As you head out of the, we'll call it the medical ward, going to seek the rest of the party. Party meets up again next to Doc. What do you, as a party, what are you guys discussing now? Go ahead and talk through what you've found.
Emberly will share that she didn't really find any kind of like common, like profile that it affects seems everybody. But one thing that did stand out is none of the people that are affected have any kind of connection to divine. If they were a cleric or even another type of profession that has a divine connection, those seem to be exempt. So it seems to be targeting everybody that doesn't have that.
That's interesting.
They're hearing abyssal mutterings before the disease, and we really have to stop calling it that. It's obviously not a disease strikes them. It's the language of the incursions. And honestly, it's more like something more widespread gone wrong, or a healing that's been twisted. Similar to what I do, but more subtle. He says as he just raises a hand, and there's like a sharp, smoking purple glow for a moment before he cuts it off.
And do you share the abyssal kind of part that you heard from the conversation?
Yeah, he'll just repeat the words verbatim.
And I don't think anybody actually understands abyssal.
Nope. Not I.
Nope.
Oh, look at that. I suddenly got one more point of intelligence. How convenient for both the story and my progression, yeah?
I may have to become a known polyglot here real soon.
I found out some interesting stuff also. I stepped out for a bit and ended up walking around a bit. Ended up popping into an alchemy shop where they were selling this very strange potion, claiming it was a divine cure. As I pull out the bubbling potion. Supposedly,
You normally just wander around back alleys collecting suspicious drugs.
this is straight from a regular alchemy shop up not far away. Hey, either way, they're claiming right now the person there claimed that someone named Brother Gale was giving out these potions to people as a way to combat the disease, as well as someone named Melvin Orthus selling them. Normally I think straight snake oil, but alchemist I spoke with brought up something interesting. They couldn't figure out what it was made out of. Like, it refused to work the way it's they weren't able to disassemble it into the base materials.
Can Emberly try to read the aura of the potion to see if she can get anything from that?
Yes, do a religion check on it.
All right.
I leave it on a table when they do it, just because I do not want to hold this in case something goes wrong.
But why not?
Paranoia.
You're getting a sense of void energy from it.
She'll share that, and especially when Heck was talking about the fact that there was this sort of latent void energy that was afflicting them. It's this may be connected to it. I certainly would not trust it. Maybe this is something that you would want to investigate a little further.
Hex looks at Richter and goes, "Do you know who Brother Gale is, or this other merchant?"
As someone who's lived here, would I know either of these names? Who's lived in Boba?
Go ahead and roll a society check for me.
Let's see what I know. That was almost
You definitely have not heard of Brother Gale. And the other merchant, maybe, but it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I've not heard of either of them, really. I know where the Melvin guy is. Or I have a rough location of him, at least.
You've got a location that was given to you.
Yeah. I'm more letting the party know that bit, in character. I was hoping to bring y'all around because you are usually good at sniffing out anything crazy, and I'd rather not go solo if it turns out this is a den of vipers, as you might say.
Well, that makes that simple enough. Felon, Forrest, with me, up front. Let's go have a friendly discussion.
Moving.
Now this seems more like my speed. Let's go.
How many bones do you think I'll have to break before he tells me the truth?
At least 3.
Was that what it was last time, or was it only 2? I honestly can't remember. Ribs are hard to count.
Emberly will see them heading off, and she'll just follow behind them.
Also, we are should we take the we should probably I'll just grab the potion back, be we don't want to leave this where someone might accidentally drink it.
Yeah, probably.
Hex will hold out his hand for the bottle.
Yeah, I'd be yeah, you could be in charge of this. I do not want this on my person if I can avoid it. I'm just trying to see is it in my inventory or no, it is not. Okay, so I just presume you have it now.
So you guys are outside now. You were going to head to the other guy that you knew about? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'll head over to Melvin Orthus, since he's the guy primarily selling these to other people. While I don't know enough where the heck this Brother Gale is, who's supposedly giving them out.
The directions that you were given, you're easily able to find the warehouse that he was talking about. Let me bring him up here really quick. Late 30s, early 40s, human, wearing nice clothes. You could tell from this warehouse that he's probably does a lot of business. with and probably fairly well off in general when you first approach him. As you approach him, his back is to you. He seems how do I want to describe this to you? He seems agitated, let's say. His back is to you as you guys arrive.
And this is Melvin?
Yeah, Malvin. Malven.
I'm going to keep misspelled in my notes just because I can.
Hex is not a subtle individual, and he will just walk forward and clap a big hand on Melvin's shoulder and go, Melvin!
Yeah. What do you want?
Word of some shady concoction, he says as he draws out the bubbling flask, is making it around town into various merchants' hands from this warehouse and from an individual named Brother Gale. Now,
he turns around and he's like, he holds up his hands. I was told this is like a gift from the gods.
I see. So you'd have no interest quaffing it yourself, then?
Well,
I want to grab him.
not really. No, I don't want to.
That's okay, friend. Why don't you tell us who Brother Gale is?
Oh, well, Brother Arthur Gale, he came to me. He spoke of lost miracles, ways to heal beyond normal means. He said he needed test subjects. I just thought I was helping people.
You will tell me exactly where Brother Gale is, or hides, or resides. Or not only will I make this encounter painful, but I will make you drink this concoction, and then I will make sure that every merchant on the street from one end of the island to the other knows that it is you who is associated with the plague rampaging across Boba.
He's just at the outskirts of town at the old ruined chapel of Aron.
Thank you. Now, I believe it goes without saying, Malvin, you have a nice business here. Don't go missing. And Hex will let him go.
Where's the rest of them?
Answer, my friend.
The rest of what? The potions? I sold them all.
Where's your manifest?
I didn't make one out. I was just doing this as a favor for the brother. Like I said, I thought I was helping people.
Okay, how do I punch him? How do I do that? Can I do that? Like, can I?
I will. I'm gonna just let me get out your wonderful. You are on this. Let's go to a scene that I can bring you on to punch. Helps if you hit the scenes. Sure. We'll just go ahead and activate the loading screen. And I'm just going to draw Malvin out here, and I'm going to drop Dylan out here. Just target him and punch him.
He'll lean over and whisper to Forrest, I actually feel bad for him. She punches harder than I do.
Go ahead, roll damage. Ouch! What are you doing? I
That
told
was
you
a
what
nice
I knew.
left cross.
Where's your stash of potions, Melvin?
I don't have any more. As you make the second swing at him, go ahead, roll damage. The sweat that was pouring off of his face. Now, doesn't appear to be sweat anymore. He is unconscious.
Oops.
Bring him with. Emberly, could you do me a favor and work with Richter to see if he has a bill of sale or any kind of records? I'd certainly appreciate it.
We can start like searching drawers or whatever.
I would like you guys to do the seek action if you're actively looking for those types of things.
Felon, work with me to find any more of these bottles.
Right.
So, Emberly, you're easily able to find his business records. They're right on a desk inside the warehouse. You check all of the desk drawers that are around it. No other papers to be found associated with like manifests or anything like that other than this journal that you see here. Everything that is in the journal, we're talking like big bulk, things that would take large amounts of carts to move, huge crates worth of stuff. You don't see anything within the journal manifested that would resemble potions. Hex and Felon, you guys pop open about 90% of the crates that are still floating around here. You check his inside of his robes. You cannot find a single potion in any of his belongings.
Well,
Looks
that's
like
awkward.
a little, but necessary. Here, I'll patch him up and we can get moving towards Brother Gale. Besides, we need to capture this man anyway. He's an accessory one way or the other. Willing, unwilling, the League can sort that part out.
I'll carry him.
Hex will bind him and then treat wounds. Just clean up the bruising a little bit.
Okay. He's bound. And you treat wounds, and he groggily kind of comes back to and tries to go to reach his head where he just got pummeled, and can't do it because his bound. What'd you do that for? I told you everything I knew.
Look at me, friend.
He looks at you.
Whether you were meant to or not, the fact that you're hiding records is already suspicious. You're involved in this in one way or the other, and we are going to make sure that you see it through to the end before turning you over to the authorities.
Yeah, we aren't city guards. They're members of the Sunfire League. I'm not.
It's an advantageous situation, given the amount of latitude she has in our agreement. So, you are going to behave. You are not going to make trouble. You are not going to call out. You are not going to make any untoward motions towards anyone in this group. Or, I will be far more violent than she was. Are we clear?
Absolutely.
I'm so glad we understand each other. Felon, would you mind carrying the baggage?
Yeah, she'll pick him up.
I appreciate you, deeply. Friends, let's go find a healer.
While on the way, can I sort of like walk up to near where this dude's obviously hanging, I assume like behind Felon, and be like, you might want to tell them when you started selling these, maybe how many you sold total. Better to give them the numbers now than for them to repeat themselves. They're a bit, as I do like a gesture, be like,
I sold them in 3 groups. I gave Garrick 5 of them. And then he describes 2 other alchemists that he gave 15 apiece to. And I gave Garrick my last 5 yesterday. I gave 15 about 3 days ago. I gave 15 2 days ago, and I gave Garrick 5 of them yesterday. And that's all I had was 35 of them.
So you started selling them about 2 days ago?
About 3. So 3, 15, okay. 2, 15, and 1, 5.
Okay. As I presume the party could obviously hear this guy. So they have like context of, since if memory serves, the disease started around 3 days ago also?
Yes.
As I just sort of be like, thank you. I'll do my best to convince them not to cause anything too crazy. As I just go back I'll just like head over to Emberly and sort of give them those sort of discuss a bit, being like, so yeah, this is definitely such a wonderful coincidence, speaking obviously sarcastically.
Emberly will agree with you, and it's like, this is obviously the catalyst. Now let's go find the cause.
Miss Emberly.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the dispelling or management of curses or other maladies?
I am familiar with what the process is, but it is something that is not within my current skills.
Then we'll both have to look harder then.
Yeah, I believe there's both a more physical way to do it, but it takes somebody that has quite a bit of experience doing that, as well as a divine approach. And then out of context, there's obviously the break curse, which would be a feat, and then there would be the spell that you would have to do, which I think is like a rank 4 in order to get rid of a curse.
Felon.
What?
Do you think if we cut the head off the snake here that the people will go back to normal?
I don't know what they're feeding them. I don't think they'll go back in normal, but I think the source of this inflection will stop.
Hex will nonchalantly pop the bottle open and drink it.
Okay, I would like you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Any advantages given the nature of what the potion is?
I know.
Gonna hero point that. Fate has spoken. Karma comes for thee.
Mr. T, I have a question outside from a game mechanic perspective.
Yes.
With the hero point reroll, where it's a reroll and you could end up getting worse, is that intended versus having a bonus to the reroll?
That is correct. Hero points are, you take the whatever the new die is.
So you could literally get a worse roll like we did.
Yes, you can.
Good to know.
That is so fucking great. Does it have a particular flavor of any kind?
Purple.
It does not taste purple. Lulu is not here, and League is dying.
Okay. It's thicker than water. It's not slick like oil. but it's smooth and goes down. It feels like it is coating the inside of your throat, and you can almost feel it coating the inside of your stomach as it goes down.
Sweet, sour, berries, apples.
Almost flavorless.
Hexel will look at the empty bottle and then lick his lips, and he goes, "Well, I feel wonderful, but I have to say, he didn't bother spicing it. What a waste. Still, I think I'm going to collect the rest." And he just tosses the bottle over his shoulder. Down with nature, uprise society. Take that, druids.
If you want to get more, or there's a bunch sold to various alchemists. Whether or not they've been sold out already is a different concern.
I like that comment. Is it void of flavor? Yes, it would be. So where are you taking our wonderful merchant to?
We are using the merchant like some kind of bludgeoned living compass to find this place.
Oh, you don't need a bludgeon living compass to find this place. Emberly would know exactly where the ruins of Aron are, just on the outskirts of town.
Fucking beautiful, Emberly, if you wouldn't mind.
She'll take point and start heading there.
Okay. As she heads there, as we head there, let's go ahead and take a break right now. My dogs are like trying to pull me out of the chair to go outside right now.
And what is the name of the place that we're going?
You are going to. So when the rising happens, the outer edges of the town have not been fully rebuilt. It was a temple to Aron pre-rising that has not been rebuilt yet. I'm putting up break time, so if you're leaving, go ahead and click leave. When you get back, please click I'm back.
Go get a drinkle, have a thinkle, take a tinkle.
And let me do this. You guys want to go potty?
Definitely this last bit has been very good teamwork.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Mr. T, I just want to double check on the quest itself under player notes. I typed some notes in there previously and then they disappeared. Do I need to do something to keep the notes?
Let me check.
You're hitting the save and close editor, right?
No, I don't see an option to say save and close.
Oh, it's like a little image of a floppy disk with an arrow to the right of it. It's like,
Thank you.
see?
Okay, so I must
That's just a weirdness of Foundry.
All right,
Yeah.
so I just remember to save it. Thank you.
Happy to help. Also, sorry for stealing your limelight, Mr. T.
No problem. I did the test though. Again, sometimes settings get wonky.
You overwrote my notes again. Stop typing.
That was me, sorry. I won't touch it till you're done. Or probably ever. Out of character, who wants to bet that hex somehow exploding or something now after that potion?
I won't make any bets on any of that stuff
I know.
because it could be whatever way I want it to be.
Yeah, for all you know, for the next 72 hours, you're just gonna burp butterflies or something.
Well,
We are back.
we are
Yahoo!
cavity creeps. We're just stomping through town like fucking mafioso with a guy tied up over our shoulder.
Need to do one more click here. We're going to do one more click there. Click select file. Click close. 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 Everybody's back. Need to find my scenes. Where's my scene tab? How come you are not at top? And I need to talk. That's why I need to toggle navigation. And check something there. Close that. I will be bringing you there shortly. Just need to bring him out there and put you guys on the scene. Let's try this again. Click. There we go. Wasn't letting me select prototype token. Now it has. Okay, he is on the scene, and you guys are coming in the road, dragging Melvin in tow. So we have an Imberly, we have a Feln, we have a Forest, we have a Hex, we got a Wicta, and that's it. And so we will activate. You guys approach the ruins from the west. Down here is the ruins that Melvin's talking about.
Do we actually hear this chanting?
You actually, what you do as you start getting towards there, what you see, let me see, details. We're going to do this. We're going to add some objectives there. In there, what you... My notes that I have written down. You do hear somebody chanting on the other side of what appears to be a mausoleum. This looks like a mausoleum. You hear somebody chanting over here, almost like he's praying.
Does anyone recognize the language?
Oh, yes, it's common.
Oh, okay. I thought we were dealing with like abyssal chanting.
Angry cleric noises.
As you get there, Forest and Hex, is that Hex? That's Felon.
That's Hex.
That's Hex. As you get there, you see kneeling on the ground, a wearing clerical robes.
1 second, Mr. T. I keep getting my movement is hitting a wall every time I try to move.
Probably because I put you on the other side of a wall. There you go.
Oh, thanks.
The image you linked is broken.
No, it's not. It's scary.
I'm getting like the broken image thingy.
Okay, I will close it and I will try to link it again.
There it is.
What do you see in front of you? He appears to be a tiefling. He is wearing garments to Aron around him, and you see him praying on the ground.
So who's going to initiate?
You kneeling towards that statue that's in front of him on the map.
Forrest, where are you going?
Let's go.
Nowhere. I don't have the best sight in the dark.
Hex looks
It'll
at...
be dark.
then-
Let me check the lighting on this scene.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a lot of us like the light symbol.
There you go. To be able to see it's because it's still daylight. I thought I had automatic lighting on.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Come, Felon, the work is about to get far more interesting.
And whoever's got the torch is making that little fog light up. As you approach...
Oh, you can turn off the torch if that's me.
Yeah. Yeah, the fog is reflecting the light.
Heck, both have light spells up.
as you guys approach, you see him turn towards you and look up slowly. You see his golden eyes seem to be burning with conviction. I knew someone would come. You see sickness, but I see transformation. The weak suffering now will be made whole in the new order.
Well, here we are. Get ready to humble.
Hey, Forrest. Do you think any of the sick people were your friends?
I didn't actually get a chance to go in because I'm scared of the sickness. But
All the same.
I'm pretty sure I've at least passed a few in my day.
Well, as a sign of a firm handshake and a partnership, and Hex is going to cast a runic weapon on Forrest's... Is it a hammer you're swinging right now?
Two-handed maul.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
Any chance you'd explain why you're doing what you're doing?
He looks up at you and laughs. Typical.
Who are you doing this for? Who do you work for?
Not the gods, they abandoned us. We begged for healing and they gave us silence, but the old ways, the forbidden ways, they still answer.
Did you ever think that maybe the gods didn't answer you because you're simply an old, wasteful windbag who's not worth talking to? Because make no mistake, my God fervently believes in you. Would you like to meet him?
You see him gripping his broken holy symbol tightly. I cannot. I will not. The ritual is beyond stopping. If you seek to undo my work, then you will face him. And you feel the ground underneath you begin to tremble and shake as Brother Gale collapses to the ground dead.
Well, that just took all the fun out of it. Excellent. Walk over and...
90% chance we're about to deal with his boss now.
He mentioned about a ritual. We should try to search to see if there's any, are there any kind of carvings or markings around this ritual?
There is nothing on the ground around him. What you do see on him is a holy symbol to Aron that is broken, and that's what he was clutching.
Hex will reach down and pluck it off of him with no small amount of contempt on his face as he tips it over and he goes, "If your faith was so weak, old man, you shouldn't have made promises you couldn't keep."
We are going to so the ground shook around you. A couple more of the loose temples, what do you want to call them? Pedestal-like things that are around this mausoleum.
Plinths.
The doors to the mausoleum actually came off their hinges, and the door kind of cracked open when you guys felt that shaking.
Well, I think we might want to go investigate.
Wait, which mausoleum? The one with the angel thing or the one without the angel thing?
The one right there.
Okay, just want to make sure because I do see another one like right over there.
Boris is going to push one of the doors open.
Okay. As you push the doors open, you see two sarcophagi to the left and right, and you see a set of stairs that head down.
Yeah, the doors are locked. I can't even open them.
Well, I'm not going to have you go. We're going to go somewhere else.
Gotcha.
But what you do see is a set of stairs that's going down. Going down. What you see.
Before heading down, does it look like the sarcophagi were desecrated?
No, they don't.
That's at least good news.
Well, do you guys want to go on an adventure down in the crypts?
I'm actually a little disappointed we were supposed to deal with him. Where is he? I'd love to make my displeasure known.
I think he's probably in the ground. I think he's preparing for when you get there. Referencing the stairs.
Hex will just walk up and nod to Forrest and brute force the door, if he can.
Okay, so
The door's already
you're
open.
able to get the doors the rest of the way open. Like I said, I'm not gonna have you open the doors on this. Here, I'll go ahead and unlock them. Yes, you can. The doors are brute forced open. You see the two sarcophagi, and you see the stairs that are heading down. And I just need to fix this token because for some reason it keeps on wigging on me. Are you guys going to head down?
Yes.
Yes. Just for me, notes the god Aron. Is it Arwan? Arwan?
Arion or Aron. He's the god of light. He's the sun god.
Ah.
Where Lunara is the
Moon.
moon. Where is my scene? I swear I toggle navigation and then it's still not showing up. There we go. Toggle navigation.
You can always double check the
Yep.
campaign background stuff if you all need to double check things.
As you look down the stairs, it appears that the stairs go quite a distance down. You do see a door at the other end. Do you guys want to go through the door?
Yes,
Who's in
sir.
front? Forrest or Hex? Is it Forrest? Forrest looks like he's in front. Forrest, open the door!
Yes.
Do the thing!
Forrest does the thing with the door.
Okay. He does the thing with the door. And let me do this one. He does the thing with the door. The door is unlocked and opens easily. So as you go to do the thing, it straight up opens. And dang it. I hate when you misclick one button or you don't click one button and things don't work right.
Question. I'm noticing Richter still has like my immunity. This has been a day since we fought the skeletons, right?
Yes, it is.
Did you push the time forward?
Oh, the time's been running, so
Okay.
it should have fallen off, or it may say expired on him.
Yeah, it said expired. I just forgot to click it. My bad.
I'm going to go ahead and remove my mystic armor and assume that I would have recast it at the start of the day. Is that okay?
Yes, that's something I will give you freely. Here we go.
The armor. It's so mystical.
And Kimberly. Elm. Forest. X. Richter. I'm gonna figure. Lighting. Save. There we go. Activate. As you make it to the bottom of the stairs and the doorway opens, you see in front of you two individuals and then something that looks like nothing you have ever seen.
Holy crap.
From the gist of the descriptions from the people that were having the nightmares, this sounds very similar to what they were nightmaring. As the door opens, why aren't you letting me select this token? There we go. I would like all of you to please roll initiative as the door opens.
I love 3D dice.
Dialogue. You see two of the cultists standing beside a pulsating golden bloom. They see you guys with weapons, your mystic armor. They go, one of them, the larger one that's standing there. You don't understand the gift we offer. The golden bloom is not a disease, it is a cure. One soul, sacrificed to complete the process, and the afflicted shall be remade immortal. And he reaches his arms out towards you.
Well, when you put it that way so elegantly, how can one refuse?
So,
And Forrest sudden
as
charges.
you say that out loud, then come, be the sacrifice.
Forrest, Felon, would you care to join me in sacrifice?
Absolutely.
Hex just kind of nudges Forrest and gives him a grin. They're just going to let him walk right up to him.
And as you start walking up, he says, "Ha, then well, you shall be the first offering." And Forrest, since it is your turn, go ahead and continue what you were going to do.
I was trying to use my pendant's ability on Hex before he walked up.
So go ahead and do that.
I hit use, it brought down the uses, but I think I need the actual spell.
Don't cast it on Hex, cast it on Forrest.
Okay, Forrest, then.
I beg you.
But either way, it's not letting me cast it. Like, I used it, but it's not doing the effect of, like, protect.
He needs to drag the spell effect onto his character. Or I can do that. I'll drag it over to Forrest.
Thank you.
Boom. It's there.
I can't get up to them.
Yeah,
You gotta
because
go
you have
down,
to
there's a
go up the
wall.
stairs that are right here. I'm gonna go ahead and that cultist is wearing a mask. Seems to be larger than the other one. They're two different sizes.
Well, Force is going to try to break it. I'm going to hero point that. There's nowhere to hero point.
You right-click the roll.
Number 14.
Yeah, it's not.
Do you have a hero point?
He should. He has 3 of them.
I've got 3.
If you right-click the tan area above the dice roll, you should see a black dialog box that pops open. That big empty space to the top right in the chat box.
Yeah, it's not doing anything. I'm just going to manually get rid of one and just swing again.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
What face? That's just a pile of mush.
Stop. Hammer time.
It takes the first damage. And it takes the second damage. So you did 2 swipes at it and pummeled it to the ground. And the other one that's standing next to it. The sacrifice has been made. Then all of a sudden you feel the ground rumble again below your feet as the bloom thing starts to pulse. And I'm assuming that's your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Emberly.
Okay, I will first try to target this bloom thing and see if I can figure out some information about it with a recall knowledge.
Okay.
You want the basic action macro version?
The bottom version of it.
The bottom. All right, so let's see. Question. Let's see. Let's ask. Let's see. Where's the weaknesses? That one.
It has no weaknesses.
Okay.
And let me see what you rolled. And with what you rolled, it has no immunities or resistances.
All right. She will share that with the party, and then with her remaining 2 actions, she's going to go ahead and cast.
And you automatically get that it's an aberration.
Okay. Good to know. Let's see. He kills that guy in just like one swing. I'm going to. What's the range? 45. I'm going to move with a stride to get into better position. To there. And that's 2 actions. With my 3rd action, I will, since I can't cast a spell, I'll do 1 more recall knowledge. And let's see, let's try weakest saving throw. Okay, those are my 3. And my turn.
And Hex.
Hex will step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can he get up there? Yeah, he can get up there.
Hey, that's...
That's 50 feet.
Yep.
Well, aren't you a son of a bitch?
Yes, he is. And the cultist. Let's see. He, as you're right next to him, he is going to turn towards you with his dagger and stabby at you. That's the first one, and then the second one. And for his third action, you hear him say something in abyssal that you do not understand the words, and you see the glowing bloom start to pulse stronger and stronger. Richter.
I'm seeing this. I'm just like, I want to target the more dangerous looking plant thingy. So do that, and then I'm gonna cast. Where is it? I will go with needle dart. Regular attack roll. There we go.
Ooh, you hit. I saw that 20 rolling.
Alrighty, and then roll damage.
As 3 needle darts leave your fingers. As it has no resistances that you already knew about, it took some damage from you.
Alrighty, and then I'll use my remaining action to stride behind this for a bit of cover. And then I do...
That should be all 3.
Yeah, I thought I hit the button that ends my turn.
I can do that for you.
Oh, wait, there we go.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong thing. I'm silly.
The pulsating thing moves, targets. You see one of the viney arms reach out towards you, Forrest. You are automatically grabbed. Go ahead and take the damage that's on there. And the arm begins to strangle you. You are suffocating and can't speak as long. Oh, I need to see if I actually strangle. Let me, I actually have to, constrict you first. So we're going to do that. I need you to roll that saving throw.
Yeah, I want to hear him point that one.
Okay.
I'm just happy seeing the +1 for my protection show up.
So you succeed, so you are not being strangled, and you will take half of the damage from the constriction. And that will in that. So what you saw is that you guys saw that arm reach out to Forrest, reach in to start wrapping around and trying to squeeze him. Forrest just kind of bulked up his chest to keep it from squeezing the air out of his lungs. That will be that creature's turn, and that brings us up to Feln. Okay. Ooh. That was unheard of. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So doble.
The cultist appears bloodied, but still standing up. Okay. And the force bolt. Okay. That will be Felon's turn. That brings us back up to you, Forrest. You are grabbed.
I'm gonna try to escape.
Okay. Let me give you a roll in the chat for that. We're gonna go request a roll. Preference on athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics, please.
Doesn't the action macro automatically choose the best choice?
Actually, yeah. Go ahead and do your basic action macro. Yes, it does. That would be escape highest.
Oh, it's telling me I can't because I'm not unarmed.
Target the bloom and then pick it, and it should just have you a roll. You don't have to pick unarmed attack. It should choose like athletics for you automatically.
See what happens when I try it from your end. Yeah, I get a thing that says roll.
Do you?
Did you get that? Where it says roll?
No. So I went to the basic macros, and it's actually grayed out.
Yeah, it's
On my
gray.
end.
It's gray because you're not quote unquote trained. There we go.
Oh, okay. That's a crit.
You had a miss.
Yeah, you escape.
Do you want to
You are
stride?
no longer grabbed.
You can also stride 5 feet as
And
part
you
of
can
getting
move
a
5
crit.
feet for free.
Nice. I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to use my second action to hop. I'm going to target the cultist and swing away. And that's my turn.
Okay. Kimberly.
Seeing that Hex got pummeled and recalling that he doesn't like divine energy, she is going to stride up to him for her first action, will target him and do a battle medicine on him.
Go ahead and apply that healing.
So that was a stride, a battle medicine. I've got one more action. Let's see, he's next after me, so I'm going to hit him with some guidance. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Hex.
Hex is going to take one step to flank said cultist. And then he's going to say, "Let the edicts of the first be shared between you and I." And he'll put his left hand over his chest and punch his right out at the cultist, and he will cast 2 harm spells, one on himself and one on the target.
Okay. Up. Roll me saving throw.
Why is Forrest rolling saving throws?
Because I have a really good. It says Game Master was doing it, not me.
Oh, it's
He's
because
possessed.
I had you targeted. I had you selected instead of him. So let me roll that saving throw again. Look at that. It failed.
Better than nothing.
That bolt of energy that you shot through him definitely did hurt him, but he is not down yet.
And
brings
that's
us up
me.
to his turn. He's conflicted. He kind of turned towards Forrest as Forrest came towards him to strike, but realizes it was you, Hex, that took the that just hurt him. So he is going to target you again with his dagger. I can get it to accept the T for target. There we go. I need to look at his sheet really quick. He is going to go into a fanatical frenzy. And then strike you. Missing with the first one. And hitting you with the second. And that is his turn. Bringing us back to Richter.
Alrighty, I'm trying to remember how to do the multi-target. Oh yeah, wrong button. There we go. So I'm going to, since these guys are still within my range, I will be casting Electric Arc to hit. Oh wait, that's 30 feet. That means I'll.
You can stride to get closer.
Yeah, but I have a feeling the moment one of these guys, like that guy, dies, bad things happen. So if I'm gonna. I'd rather not be in the splash zone.
But we don't know that yet. We've never seen one of these die before.
Yeah, I know, but I'm paranoid of the splash zone. Okay, I'll stride. That's 32. Oh, over here. Wait, he just vanished.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I didn't do anything.
I did. I hit a backspace key. Let me go Control Z. There we go. It's there.
Okay, I was like, wait, did you kill him just to
freaked
make
me out? Too.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Electric Arc. I believe I roll the damage and then you roll the saves, is how this one works. So I'll roll the damage. Zap.
Boom. For that guy, and boom for that guy.
Both ends of the spectrum.
Crit succeeded. The horror crit failed.
Wow. That's a first for me in a while. So I did. So wait, wow. I'm just shocked. Oh well, that's everything I can do. So let me just hit end turn.
Okay, that brings us up to the Golden Bloom. It is going to try to grab you again, Forrest.
Run, Forrest, run!
I ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
You are grabbed. It's doing its damage. And it is going to try to constrict you. These rolls the saving throw.
Hero point.
Okay.
And that's my last hero point.
Oh,
dear God.
Jeez.
I'm going to just keep you at the failure. I will not let you go to a crit fail from a failure on a hero point. So somebody asked about mechanics. That's something I'm not going to let you do that.
Well, thank you.
But I have a feeling. Ooh. Are you unconscious?
Yep. I am, sir.
Forrest falls unconscious. He is still within the vines of the Golden Bloom. And that is the Golden Bloom's turn. That brings us to Felon. Felon, are you speaking? Because I can't hear you. We didn't hear you last time either.
No, I got it. I got it.
Hey, I will go ahead and take that Z damage.
Wrong target, I think. Felon's thing is she needs to reload. Her shit's broken.
Okay. I will undo that damage then. Felon, did you target?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of her animations are broken.
What were you trying to hit?
The cultist.
Okay, because I don't see a target on there for the cultist, but I will now damage it. Yeah, you need to hit T for target over it, or right-click it and select the 3 concentric circles.
Yeah, my screen is frozen. I don't have any animation, so
hit F5. And that'll force you back in.
it just crashed me.
Yeah, it will do that, and then it reloads you. Yeah, I purposely tried to make this with just lights and flat stuff today.
Yeah, I noticed on the other screen with the clouds moving, I didn't have a problem in Firefox this time.
I found my issue is when I try to do multi-level maps, when I try to do multi-level on the same thing. So like this map was originally set up that there was elevation involved, but I got rid of that to try to get rid of some of those issues. There we go. Cultists taking damage. There's the second bolts. There's the third bolts. It is, I don't know. Oh, I know why, because it's not in combat because I goobered on it. It is dead. And that would bring us up to Emberly.
When Forrest dropped, you'll see her, like, she sort of, like, screamed out no really loudly, and get this, like, angry look on her face, but she's going to target him and cast a 2-action heal.
Okay.
To hopefully get him back up from being unconscious, and then with her third action, she is going to also give him guidance. That will be her 3 actions.
Okie dokie. That brings us up to Hex.
Okay, Hex does not have. Yeah, Hex doesn't have battle medicine yet. Okay. He'll drop a 2-action on himself.
With a nice roll.
And then he will try and...
Yep.
move around to the side of the bloom to get its attention. And that is his turn.
Richter.
Alrighty, I'm gonna try something I haven't tried before. I'm right now seeing that this thing is still up, and Forrest is not dead, which is a good thing. He's going to summon some more help. As I need to... Oh, it gives me a giant list of things when I do. Either way, let me... This person I tried... And then right here... Oh, what the... I think I summoned the wrong version.
You summoned a puppy dog?
I think I summoned the wrong thing.
Wait, we were trying to... that is the guard dog.
Oh, okay. Okay, I can control it. And I was just... Okay. I have the character sheet, so I'll just do it through that. And it will do an... How does summons work? Do I have to use an action to command it?
This seems like a terrible time to decide you want to know what that rule is.
Yeah, I realize that. I just presume... I might just control it at will.
free action thing for the summon.
Perfect.
I just want to see if it gets an attack when it first comes out.
Minions are creatures that directly serve another creature. Your minion acts on your turn in combat once per turn when you spend an action to issue it commands.
It doesn't have the minion trait.
It doesn't need the minion trait. It's a rule regarding minion.
Yeah, it's a rule regarding the.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because of that. No.
So you do need an action.
Yeah, so you will need an action to. So once per turn, you can issue it a command. So conjuration, summon, minion attacks on its own. So if it doesn't have a command, by default, minions use no actions except to defend themselves or to escape obvious harm. So it will defend itself until you give it a command. Then after you give it the command, it will follow it because you have it sustained for a minute.
Okay.
So next turn you could command it to attack, and then it will keep on attacking until it's dead.
Okay.
Forrest, you are grabbed. Just come
Yes,
back
sir.
from unconsciousness. All your weapons are on the ground.
Ah, that sucks. I'm just gonna try to crit fish for an escape, because
You
dear
can't
Lord.
try to escape again because you failed.
Oh, really?
Yep.
When you crit
Also-
fail, yeah.
When you crit fail, you
fail
can't
means you're done.
keep trying to escape.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete those two out of the chat log. I will let you make two unarmed. Well, I'll let you make two unarmed attacks on the bloom if you want to.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Crit fish that way. The reason why I deleted them because it has a different DC than your escape does. You barely missed. You missed because you were prone. And you missed definitely on that one.
Jeez. Yep.
Which brings us up to the bloom. Hex, you did your job. You tried to distract the thing. It reaches out with another one of its tentacle things, and it's going to try to do the same thing to you that it did to Forrest. First thing it's going to do is strike out with its arm. Which grabs you, doing some damage. Go ahead and take that. And then it will attempt to constrict. Please roll that saving throw. Just barely missed. I'm going to go ahead and give you the damage for the first one, then I'm going to roll damage for the second one. Go ahead and take that damage. And you are... let me click it so I can see it. Set it on here. See, on the first strike. It's beginning to strangle you. You are suffocating and can't speak as long as you are strangled. This prevents you from casting spells with a verbal component or activating items with a command component.
Okay.
And that will be his turn. And Felon, you are up again. Okay, drain the bonded item. I have a reflex save to do. It fails. As you hit it with the electricity and sonic damage, it convulses. Forrest and Hex, you are no longer grabbed. It kind of let go as it got shocked by that electricity. Go ahead, Felon, roll that damage. And with that follow-up bolt, it kind of withers and collapses to the ground.
Freaking wizard for the MVP. Damn.
Hex will watch it die and then look over at Felon and throw her a very serious thumbs up.
Shield is not at Pax.
Somebody try and scoop up my blood in a bucket. I have to put it back where it belongs. Forrest, are you alright?
Been better. But I'll survive.
Do you want me to treat his wounds and you'll do yours, or vice versa?
That's fine.
I'll spend the first 10 minutes treating Forrest's wounds.
Oops, let me... Man. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Hex will rifle the body.
I'll use a hero point to reroll that.
Okay.
Okay. I'll need another 10 minutes on that.
So you were
She's
trying Forrest?
Yeah, I was trying Forrest. I think she's still unnerved by the fact that he fell unconscious the first time.
Okay, I'm waiting for hexes to be done. Then I'll... Okay,
Mine
just a
was
second,
success.
Richter. Hex, go ahead and apply the treat wounds immunity, then I'll advance the clock 10 minutes.
Actually, I think we're gonna have to wait an hour, right?
Oh, that's
It
right.
doesn't drop. It doesn't drop to 10 minutes until we get continual recovery.
It's fine. We can keep going.
And
I still got my blood.
So they both have that. Yeah. Richter, you were just looking in general through here.
I was trying to like search the bodies.
The bodies, you just double click and you can loot them.
Oh, okay.
I think somebody already grabbed some stuff off of some of them.
Yep, Hex rifled one buddy. And he'll walk over and he'll actually flip a book out to Felon. Here.
She'll take it.
Except I misspelled Grimoire.
Well, this was an interesting enough evening.
Any more mysterious earthquakes?
They stopped. Pretty much from the time that the first cultist died, it started rumbling, and as soon as you killed the bloom thing, the earthquake stopped.
Okay.
You think that we'll have sorted it out, or is there more that we have to do?
I'm not a priest. I don't know.
While
Looks
we're
like
waiting,
I did it.
Hex will chuckle and see that this cultist's clothing is mostly intact, and he'll actually take care to retrieve it for later. This could be a lot more useful than anyone's assuming.
The book I picked up, does it have any immediately noticeable or useful information?
It's written in Abyssal.
Damn it! It's like trying to speak Swedish.
And that just leaves one haunted library for us to deal with. Let's go, Hex. Forest.
You know, for as many times as I was stabbed, I've had worse days.
Are you okay?
Of course I am. Forrest, are you good?
I could use a nap and a pint, but other than that,
I'll buy you a pint.
How about a
Take
bucket
you
of
on
whiskey and a straw?
have we searched anywhere else in this area to see if there's any other kind of things of importance?
How long do you want to spend searching?
Well, if we want to wait for him to get his treat wounds, we could spend up to an hour.
Then, while you are looking around for an hour, Hex is going to cast Light and look at Felon and go, let's case the place, see if they left anything out.
So, I would like everybody to do a seek action from the basic action macros. And then I'll advance the clock for an hour after I see what the results of the seek are.
Nat 20, I demand it.
You'll get a 4 and like it.
That's what I said to your mom. And she did.
Okay, necrophiliac.
I see
Don't kink shame.
uno person. And, let me... You did find something. Felon did, actually.
Nice.
Out of everyone, though, they were the one I was expecting to actually succeed.
We got that high wisdom. Here, Forrest, drink this.
I am going to say, so
Yeah.
and I will create an item for this. You find bits and pieces of rip, pick, enchant, matrices. Seems to be part of a much larger spell. Perhaps there are some. That's supposed to be matrices. So, Felon, you found bits and pieces of cryptic enchantment matrices. Seems to be part of a much larger spell. What? Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me. And I'll let you know what you get out of that. And again, I'm not hearing anything that you are saying if you're trying to talk.
I'm not talking.
Okay. What you are able to get out of it, just from what you're able to see on these bits and pieces of notes, it seems to infuse combat magic with enchantment.
How do I take it?
I will make something for you between now and the next session that gives you the description. I wasn't planning on this coming up, but because of what you rolled, I had to give you something. Because there probably would have been infusion of combat magic and enchantment. It does not appear to be a full spell, but it looks like this definitely looks pre-rising. And it looks like something that would some sort of enchantment with battle magic. You can't quite understand it yet. Maybe in the future, if you were to find other bits and pieces that are here. It looks like this place has been cleared out in the past. And somebody just threw away those bits and pieces of paper that Felon found. They thought they were probably just worthless things. And Felon happened to find them, and because of the Arcana check, was able to understand what maybe what could come out of it in the future. I just did the hour passage.
Are you treating him, or do you want me to, Heck?
I treated myself.
I will.
Your roll is better than mine.
I'll try on Forrest again.
We have other
Can I
options.
burn
for
the
Forrest.
corpse for the golden bloom?
Sure, you
I'll
can.
have to.
You heard him.
As part of
I will.
this hour, yes. Go ahead, Forrest, take that damage.
No, I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay.
I'm not going to damage him.
I tried to heal you with this knife.
There you go.
Take that instead.
There we go.
Since I re-rolled it, it doesn't do the healing. So,
Just manually roll the. There you go, and Hex, take that twice. Just give yourself +4. So give yourself another 2. Or I can do that.
Wait.
I mean, Forrest. I can do that for you if you want me to.
that
Please.
2 is not his healing.
That's me drinking a potion.
Oh, that was you drinking a potion? Okay.
Yeah, so he should get. Let me look up treat wounds here real quick.
Should be 48.
Let me just roll 48 then.
Yep. And then he should be able to make sure his token is selected and then click heal when it pops up. Go ahead and click heal. There you go. We got a full.
Right here.
That should be. Isn't it a bonus though? It's not a flat 48 because it also gets a bonus to.
He's at full, so
Yeah, he's
Oh,
at
then
full.
we're good. Never mind.
Yes, you are able to in that hour time frame to burn that
Thank you.
thing.
Should we head back to the main part of town and see if these people are still being afflicted?
So my first question is, the wonderful merchant that you left topside, are you going to take him back with you?
yeah.
And are you going to do anything with the bodies down here, or besides the bloom that you burned and the cleric that's topside?
You burn the bloom? Damn. Yeah, Hex will drag one of the cultists with him at least, so they've got something to show for it.
I really did not want somehow that thing to come back and try to kill us.
It would have been a lot better to give it to the Ember League for study.
You're not wrong, in retrospect. Oh well.
So your first stop back, you're going by the Ivory area?
Back to the healer.
Back to the healer. So I'm going to advance the clock, the 20 minutes that would take you to get there, especially dragging a corpse and a bound up merchant. You get there, and when you see Doc this time, he no longer has sweat pouring out off of his skin. The wrinkles seem to have gone away. But he looks up at you guys and goes, "Did you find something? Everybody seems to be recovering."
Cultist making use of foul magics for some kind of ritual. It should be sorted now if everyone is recovering. Still, there was some bubbling orange elixir of some kind that everyone had been handed out. If you can find any of it, collect it, and I imagine you should pour it somewhere where it's not going to taint anything else.
That bubbly orange elixir had the exact same color as that bloom.
It was probably like the equivalent of sap or whatnot from it.
It was delicious.
Well, thank you. Whatever you did. It seems that they're recovering, and everybody should be out of here within a day or so.
Then we'll report our success. Felon, you were in rare form today.
Thanks, Hax.
No, thank you. I imagine me and Forrest would be dead otherwise.
What are you guys going to do now?
If you guys wouldn't mind, I could use a little bit better armor since we have a little bit of gold in the satchel.
Why don't you handle the shopping? I'll go and report to the Ember League, and Felon, libraries are more your thing. Would you like to kick this off?
Well,
or do you need a rest?
So are you guys all going to step out of the doctor's building at the same time?
Yes.
Sure.
Then as you do so, you are approached by a city watch guard. It's actually a captain. Felon, you know this individual. You've had multiple run-ins with him in the past. He approaches you and crosses his arms, glaring at you. By the gods, not again. Felon Ravina, you've got a great talent for making my life miserable. You wouldn't happen to know anything about a certain missing ostrich, would you?
An ostrich? No, nothing.
Oh, sure. Just like the last time, right? When it
What do you
just
think I'm gonna
happened to
do?
wander off on its own. I got a stable master ready to skin the culprit alive, and guess whose name came up first?
You can search me. I don't have an ostrich, Captain.
Doesn't mean that you didn't take it, just like last time.
You're right. It doesn't, so prove it.
I would like you to roll either an intimidation or persuasion. So that would be let me get on the... Gotta get to...
Did he say ostrich?
He said ostrich.
Okay, I want to make sure my hearing wasn't broken.
I would like you to either let's see. What do you have that we can do?
They're all +0, so...
So just roll a d20 for me. Any d20 will do.
Roll the blue one. This has just been our fucking luck today, hasn't it?
If you got a hero point, time to spend it.
Are you going to spend it?
Oh, yeah.
Somehow she manages to roll a 0.
He reluctantly sighs and says, fine, you've got 24 hours to find the real thief, or you're spending a week in the stocks. And if I find one single feather in your possession, we're going to have words. And he turns around and stomps off.
Hex will actually grab him by the back of his armor and haul him back, and he goes, "Actually, we have more pressing concerns than an enormous flightless bird and your inability to find something to."
Do you want to join her in the stocks? You have about 5 seconds before your entire party goes.
Hex, just let him go.
Hex rolls his eyes and lets him go. He says, "Sure, I mean, you obviously have no interest in someone distributing poison throughout the city causing this plague. You're far too busy chasing a bird."
I do have issues with people that repeat theft.
Are you leveling formal charges or not?
Like I said, you've got 24 hours to, or I'm coming back. So, there is a new quest in your quest log.
I was gonna say, runic weapon, strike, strike, strike.
Please say it's finally Acid.
No.
Okay, because I will TPK the whole party. So you do have a new quest in the quest log.
Where's the quest log?
In the journal area at the very bottom, there's a button that says quest log.
Again, it was stolen. Can we assume the first quest is complete?
When you turn it in.
Okay.
So you guys should be able to, in the details, you should be able to click the identify the cause, find a cure, and determine whether it was, you should be able to click those 3 little objectives off on your own, I think.
It did not work.
So I can do that for you. So you have completed the 3 objectives. When you do turn it in at the Doohickey Place, City Hall, you will then we'll mark it as complete. So who's all going back to the City Hall? Who's doing what?
I'll go help Forrest with the shopping bit.
Okay.
I'll go to City Hall.
So
I will go with Hex.
What are you doing, Felon?
I will go with Hex.
Okay. So who's all shopping? So I can see names as you talk.
Forrest.
Forrest
And Richter.
And Richter. So Forrest and Richter, what do you guys want to get?
I want to get a nice set of full plate armor and sell my breastplate.
Okay, your breastplate.
And
So-
1 striking rune if possible.
Let's see, compendium packs. Oh, I'll do it the easiest way. Compendium browser. Equipment.
I guess if I have money, 3 striking runes.
So you sell the breastplate back. That's going to give you 4 gold. I'm going to add that to you. And you want plate?
Yes.
Full plate. I need to target you, so I need to bring you out on this screen somehow.
I don't think we
Forrest.
can. I don't think we
Target.
can.
Full plate.
striking
You
runes
have
yet.
barely enough for it.
Aren't striking runes level 4?
I have no idea.
Striking are level 4, yeah. So you're not going to be able to get a striking rune yet.
Okay.
You did get
I will.
you did get full plate armor. Striking runes do cost 65 gold apiece when you get ready for those.
Grab a potency rune. Those
I
should
was
be
hoping to help
achievable.
negotiate the price down for him.
What
the armor.
was that, Hex?
Should be able to grab a potency rune.
Yes, you can grab potency runes for 35 gold a pop.
Okay, can I grab 3 of those?
You don't have 105 gold.
We've got the gold in our party stash.
You do? Let's go check your party stash.
We just got paid 2
You will
successful.
be getting paid shortly too. Okay, so 105 gold for 3 potency runes.
While you're there, could he try to sell the weapons that are in the stash then?
Yes, I will do that for you. So I'm going to grab 3 potency runes and put... Oops. I'm putting them in the party stash right now.
Artillery.
So that's 105 gold that I'm going to subtract. I'll be giving you more gold in a minute. Okay, so everything that's in the party stash for like the weapons in that chain shirt.
I assume nobody wants that, right?
Yeah, 10, 11, 16. So I'll give you 8 gold for those. Add 8. Okay, so I put 3 potency runes in your party stash. Somebody just grabbed one, that's fine. Anything else while you're out shopping, the two of you?
All I want to do is try negotiating the prices, that's all.
Until your reputation in Boba comes up, probably the likelihood of your prices going down aren't very much. So doing like this quest will have your reputation go up a little bit more, but not to the liked area yet. But you're making your progress there.
Okay, so we need... So that's what affects prices.
It's not like D&D where you haggle every merchant. It's your reputation around town.
Yeah, it's a reputation.
Good to know.
That way shopping trips don't take 12 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would anybody else like me to get some armor for them so when we meet back up you just have it?
Is there anything that I can get that's unarmored?
I could use some full armor.
You can get
yeah, never mind, Jack.
Might.
Okay.
You get hand wraps of mighty blows. They but these hand wraps have that would allow you to put runes on something if you don't have a weapon that you necessarily would put runes on. They give your armor attacks benefits of runes. Let's see.
Yeah, I already have weapons on me. I just don't really use them.
Hex needs full plate.
How expensive? Can I get like a chunk of cold iron?
Okay. Let me get... So I'm going to put the full plate there. That's 30. And it looks like Hex wanted a tower shield also. And that's another 10.
Oh yeah, no rush.
Yep. Oops. Hex, do you have a repair kit on you?
No, the tower shield he is quote-unquote purchasing is him having his broken shield repaired, the one from the battlefield.
Ah, okay.
Contextually, that should make sense, yes?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I was going to say, get a repair kit. So nobody else, whether they're here with Richter or Forrest, needs anything. Potions, poisons, anything like that?
We should probably restock on a few potions, since I know that people have been chugging through them lately.
Decisive actions. How many do you need? Yes or no?
I don't need any.
Okay then. Felon, potions? Yes or no?
I could use one.
Alright, 1 potion of healing for Felon. Emberly, potions? Yes or no?
No.
Forest, potions?
I'll take 2, please.
That's 3 potions.
1,
And we should be gravy after that.
2, 3. They have been added to the party stash.
Everyone is happy and likes candy.
Okay. No other shopping?
Seems to be it.
Nope.
I just wanted to get the cold iron thing.
Oh, so yeah, let me pull that up really quick. You just want some bulk cold iron.
Yeah, just so I can use it with like my needle dart spell.
Okay, how many chunks do you want? They're 10 gold apiece. I will say that you could probably get 2 castings per chunk.
The way the
Metal
spell
actually
works is the
returns
metal
to him.
return.
Oh, the
Yeah,
metal
what he said.
returns?
Yeah,
you
that's
just
why.
have it?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just put a chunk in the party stash then.
How do I access the party stash?
You open up the party sheet from the actors tab, and then there's a little piece of paper where right on the line where it says the party.
Top right, little figure of a human being.
Yeah.
After you click that, you'll see the red header, the word party.
Uh-huh.
Beside the word the, you'll see a folded piece of paper.
Okay, that part.
And then
that-
there's a
okay.
stat
I see it.
button.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, that brings us to Hex and Felon. You guys are turning this, and Eberly, you went with them?
Yes.
The doc actually walked with you guys after your little confrontation to go to City Hall to report to the governor and Dorian. So actually, it's the governor that gave you this. So Alara, with the doc reports that they seem to have taken care of whatever it was that was causing the illness. They said, I don't know what they said, but they guess some potions that people were taking to keep them from getting sick were causing some other people to get sick. You guys still have your guy in tow?
Yep. Hex will shove him forward and gesture, and he goes, "This man received several potions from, I believe they were cultists. I have one of their corpses here. There are more back at the cemetery. The abandoned temple of Aurum. They were creating a ritual to summon some kind of beast. The beast is dead, the townsfolk are recovering, and we have both a surviving member involved in the situation and a dead man for you to go over, as well as what they were wearing and a weapon they had on their person. And he'll turn over the garb and the void class kukri as well."
Okay. And you're keeping, whoever picked it up is keeping the stuff they got from the person or the plant?
Oh, I actually have that on my person. You can zoom that over to.
So Hex, I just
Hex.
put, she hands over 400 gold to you.
Okay.
And we will mark that as complete. So that is going to get you some more reps. Let me open up your party sheet. For some reason, I can see the subsystems, but you guys can't. I will let you know where you guys are in just a second. With the city of Boba, you are now at 3. It lets me change it. Backspace. Why aren't you letting me type the number 3? There we go. And with the Sunfire Heralds, you are at... It keeps on wanting to Come off of that. You are at 3 with the Sunfire Heralds. Also, why are you not letting me type there? You are at 3 with the Heralds also. And the city of Boba. You are now at 2. Nope. 3, I just said. City of Boba 3. Sunfire Heralds 3.
Where do we see that rep?
You can't, unfortunately, because I do have it turned on. But it's not showing. I don't know what the issue is. I have sent information to in Discord to the person that does the subsystems handling, and I haven't gotten anything back yet. But I will keep you informed. You're at 3 on Sunfire and City of Boba. Currently, you are at 1 with the Temple of Lunara for rescuing the Alkalites. With that being said, so are you guys going to turn over the, what did I call it? The Golden Bloom course?
Yes.
Okay. Dorian goes, we'll have somebody look into these to see what's up with them. But with that being said, that's where we're going to end the session right about noon on the 2nd of Dawn March, where you have 23 hours and 20 minutes until the wonderful captain comes back to try to arrest Felon.
Can we do the gold distribution so we can see how much we could potentially purchase?
It's 80. Everybody gets 80 gold. Add it to your sheets. I will subtract what isn't mine.
And then what about the 259 that's in the stash?
That just stays in the stash for party needs.
Okey-doke.
We can buy initial equipment from it, but for the most part, considering we're starting to get paid, we have another 400 gold inbound. I think it would be wise to leave that 259 in for things like travel, potions, anything else that we consider general use.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Right.
with that, I'm going to end the stream so we can have a quick debrief.
I have removed 320 GP from myself. Everyone add 80 to theirs, and then